guys, so today I'm doing a book review. I caught it off The Young Elites by Marie Lu. I've been on this Marie Lu kick. I just finished her series Legend and it was so good. It just blew me away. It was fantastic. I love that series. This didn't have that effect on me. The main character, I feel like the reason why I gave it 4 stars instead of an outstanding 5 is because the main character scares me. You can get into the plot line and you can follow the plot line, and one thing I love about Marie Lu is she's very simplistic in her plot lines. If she does a plot twist, you can still follow it along easily. I know there's some authors and you get like 400 pages and you're like, no, he did this and there was this, what? This character is not a hero. She's very, very creepy. I'm just reading about it, and I start feeling pity for her as she's talking about how her father abused her and how she had a malfunctioned face because she was ill and at an early age and she lost her mother, and she has this perfect sister which her father loves, and I felt so bad for her. And then it comes the night where her father's going to sell her, and I was like, no, you have to escape, yes, go, and she's leaving, and then her father catches up with her, and this is when all my perspective of her went out the window. She conjures up these demon images to attack her father, so he stumbles back and the horse tramples on him and he dies. She summons up illusions, and that 95% of the time not little pretty flowers. She ends up getting caught and day for execution. She's like, I'm going to die, and she's thinking about her sister, and she ends up bringing off all these dark clouds. It was a beautiful sunny day, and she just starts bringing these dark clouds, and I've seen thousands of horror movies like this. I can picture it perfectly. Then you have the Leaper come from the sky and rescue her. I'm like, who is the Leaper? What is this? I'm so confused. There's a group of malfetos, aka people who had some type of high fever at a young age and left them deformed, called Young Elites, because they have special powers and then some of them don't. And they're really not tolerant of these elites in this society. They allow them to stay in the beginning, but don't push your luck. And you're introduced, as he wakes up, you're introduced to Enzo, and he has this stern look about him, and he's just like, to make people see all the wrong or whatever. And Enzo was apparently the prince who was a malfeto who was kicked out, and his sister's the queen, but there's this awful king who doesn't actually deserve to be king in the throne. So basically the whole plan is to overthrow the kingdom, have Enzo become king. Everything's gonna be set straight again. The malfetos will be seen as equal. She starts training. When she's training, she horrifies me. She had a really dark past, and that's the only thing she has. You're introduced to Raphael, and I love Raphael. He's apparently extraordinarily handsome. I thought her and Raphael was going to become a thing. I thought there was going to be a love triangle between him, her, and Enzo, but it wasn't. It was kind of weird because I didn't ever see Enzo's romantic feelings until suddenly. I was more seeing her with Raphael. And there's a stupid rock conjuring and all of that, and she has all these dark powers. Raphael is extremely lovable, extremely kind. He's not this cold-hearted psychopath like Adelina. Oops. And then one night she decides to go out to this stupid festival and horse riders, and so you introduce to a lot of people. There's Gemma, who she becomes best friends with. There's Dante, there's Raphael, there's the Windwalker, there's Spider. Sneaks out of the stupid festival. Of course he does. Raphael is having this performance because he's a consort. I felt so bad for Raphael because his extreme charms, he just has to please everybody. And during this performance, Talon is how you say his name, I believe, aka the guy who was supposed to assassinate her at the big execution, finds her, and he's like, I have your sister Violetta. She came to beg for your life, and now if you want her to live, you're gonna be my little bitch. The second she has to be a spy, I'm like, stop it. Tell somebody. We have this whole new moon philosophy. Just tell him. So you don't tell him, so you get yourself in more trouble. Why? Could have just said right at the very beginning, hey, he came up to me, he said I have my sister. He's like, I couldn't trust them. And I'm like, yeah, well, I trust them more than I do the guy who supposedly has your sister. and she's doing everything alone, and it just irked me because I'm like, why won't you seek companionship? I know she hasn't ever seen that with her father, been loved, whatever, but like, would it have killed you, man? Would it have? This tournament she finds out they're going to, and there's this horse riders, and one of the horse riders is Jimmer, aka a young elite, and she goes and tells Talon that they're going to be there, and right after Jimmer wins, they publicly humiliate her and take away her winnings or whatever. Everything goes to hell, man. To save Jimmer's life, because she went and told and traded on him, she conjures up her stupid demons images. Really? You go and stab him in the back so you can go save him. I can't process that. Why? Just, no. Then Enzo, it's at first mad at her, but then he starts training her himself. And I really like that training scene. So Enzo can light this whole arena on fire and all of this. And it's really cool. I loved Enzo. We're going to get to Enzo in a second here. Time goes on, she's still playing double agent, and her and Enzo start getting romantic, and I saw that coming out of nowhere. Nowhere did I see that coming. I was just like, okay, well, but they were so good together. Even though I don't think Adelina has the capability of holding any emotions, because she creeped me out, man. She's on part of a mission with all the others. She's pretending to be Enzo's consort. Then Talon gets them in the middle. They're performing this huge assassination, and she's killing everybody, and she's so happy to be doing it. And I'm like, stop. She's also mastered her powers. She can create fake illusions that sometimes look misty, but basically look real. It just scared me. See, all these people were dying and screaming in pain, and she's feeling all this pleasure, and it's, am I reading from a psychopath's point of view? I've never read a book like that before. Then Talon finds her, and he's like, you have 3 days, and then she goes and she rescues her sister. But before she does that, she hears Enzo and Dante talking, and Dante also briefly saw her with Talon. And Enzo and Talon were fighting, and you find out Talon is a Malfetto, and he's an elite, which, if you had read the book, you would already figure that out. He's under the Queen's control, and he's just there to obey or whatever, because he just believes he's an abomination or whatever, I don't even know. No, then Dante's like, you need to kill her, and she gets all upset and heartbroken because he doesn't have friends here. Even though Enzo, never actually said he didn't care about her, he just, made that assumption. Goes and rescues her sister on some suicide mission. She finds out, plot twist, her sister is an elite. That one I did not see coming. She has the power to take away people's power. Which I'm like, whoa. Due to Talon and the Queen, the king is pronounced dead because of an accident. Yes, sure. No, and then they're making their way to the universities for this giant meeting, and then she's like, I didn't think I could trust y'all, blah, blah, blah. And Raphael had gotten kidnapped, and the deal was for him to live. Enzo and Talon were going to fight it out, and apparently they were raised together, and Talon was the greater fighter. I'm like, that's okay. Enzo has all these people, we're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. They mentioned a Daphne. As soon as Raphael was talking to Enzo, and he's like, she's not Daphne. And they kept saying that she's like Daphne. I'm like,
who the fuck is Daphne?
And they briefly mentioned her about how she cared for them or whatever, and Enzo had loved her. And then she's like, oh, he doesn't love me. He just sees her and me, and he thinks he loves me. And I don't... Oh. I'm sorry, I couldn't deal with her stupidity and her psychopathness. It was a really good plot line. It's a really stupid character. Okay? I loved her sister coming in and starting to take people's powers. And one thing unusual about her sister, which I'm hoping we see more in the Rose Society, she's not a Malfetto. She's gorgeously beautiful. And she never was... Well, she was ill. She just wasn't ever, deformed. And so I'm like, okay, whoa. Why are the others like you too? And then there's this huge battle, and there's people shooting arrows and taking down the guards who have kidnapped Raphael and Talon and Enzo are having it out. And Enzo seems like he has the upper hand a few times. I'm like, yeah, get him. And at one point he stabs Talon in the neck, and apparently Talon can't be harmed. So how? I need to know how. Violetta passes out, and Adelina steps in, using her powers, and she thinks she's using them on Talon, and she uses them on Enzo, and he dies. The most horrifying moment in this book was when she was escaping with her sister and they ran into Dante and he pisses her off and she's just conjuring up stupid illusions and the illusion of pain and suffering she can now do. Cool. She causes him to die. And watching that was purely horrifying. He's just screaming in pain and she's so happy. I left this book and I was like, and she does the same thing to Enzo, but she doesn't think, I know it was an accident, but still, I couldn't. Enzo dies. And there's this brief mention, you can bring Elites back to life. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Sign me up. Where's Enzo? Come on, bring him back. And they're like, nope. And Raphael kicks her out, and Raphael was talking about how he said he wanted her to be killed too because she just had too much darkness in her, and they just couldn't. I was like, no. And she gets angry, and she's going to create her own band of, I don't know, elites, and leave the kingdom. They don't care. Can we bring Enzo back, please? She's having these hallucinations of him. That's how it ends, with her going to build her stupid new group of elites. I'm like, you have no training. Stop it. You don't even know what you're doing. We end with this epilogue of this new queen from this other territory that's not well known, that they don't mention much, and she's talking about how she has these tigers or something, and I really don't remember her name or much about her, other than the fact that she goes to see her brother. I was just like, okay, where is this going? And she resurrected her brother from the dead, though now he's changed. So I'm like, we have hope, guys, we have hope. We're gonna have Enzo back, even if Enzo is dark. We're gonna bring him back, and I need Enzo. I want Raphael and Enzo and Adelina. Well, not triangle-wise. No triangles, please. Can Enzo be alive, please? I also seriously want some sense slapped into Adelina. Again, she had a really hard life or whatever, but that one scene where her sister was holding her or whatever, I really liked that scene. But I need her to start feeling guilt and sympathy and all that. And just because Dante said that he thought she should be killed because of her powers does not give her the right to just murder him like that. Like, people can do a lot worse to deserve death that harsh. I don't feel like she has control over her powers. She says she does, but honestly, you just get her angry and she just unleashes hell. I'm hoping we just see Adelina mature. I'm really hoping we see Violetta's powers increase, or maybe even Violetta can, like, put a pause button on Adelina. Please. Just a little bit. I want to see Raphael again. I need Enzo back alive, please. I want to see them all reunite and conquer the kingdom and have it set right. That's just what I want to see. Enzo better freaking live, man. I can't. I need Enzo. He was the only one of a brain. Well, him and Raphael, too. They were really good together. They worked well. I don't want him to die. He didn't die. I'm Annalyse. Thank you for watching. Bye.